Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Gator Unleashed here, glad to have you. Coming at you from the bluegrass state of Kentucky. Um, Got a really interesting piece here today to bring to the channel. Um, Single shot shotgun. Anybody that's watched much of my videos has probably already picked up on the fact that I like single shot shotguns. Um, just a little bit of a backstory before I start looking into this much closer. I was born in 1970. I grew up, all of us boys in Kentucky, we grew up in eastern Kentucky. All of my friends, all of us had a shotgun. I think I got a Winchester 12 gauge model 37A shotgun when I was around 12 years old. And I don't know the exact number, but I was very little. Took that shotgun everywhere I went. We would hunt all the time. My cousins and some of my friends and I, we just lived in the woods. And we also, all of us boys had a 22 rifle. And if we didn't have the shotgun, we'd have the rifle. And we would build big fires and just shoot cans. And that's just how we grew up. That's how we lived. That's not been all that long ago, you know. That's really just been a blink of an eye on the grand scheme of time. Not even a blink of an eye, much less than that. But nowadays, if you was to give a 12-year-old kid a shotgun and turn him loose, it's untelling what they'd do. They'd put you in jail, probably. It's just amazing how the world's changed, how times have changed. But I wanted to mention that just because I guess that however you're raised and what you grow up with, I guess that just becomes like a tradition to you. And I guess maybe that explains why I like single shot shotguns. Now our house burned when I was about 19 years old, and I lost that old shotgun. And I think the next year my dad got me a Winchester Model 1300 pump shotgun. But it never did really satisfy me like that old Winchester Model 37A did. And I don't really know how to explain that. The 1300 is a great shotgun. But by that time, I wasn't hunting all the time. I was working. I had a new truck. I was out running around, dating, doing this, that, and the other, what 20-year-old guy does. But recently, within the last few years, I stumbled across a New England 12-gauge single-shot shotgun one day at the flea market. And I just really liked it, and it was just like it just reignited my love of those old shotguns, and I bought it for a great price. I mean, like $125, tax and all. And, of course, I've got it. Y'all probably seen it. Or actually, I don't think I've featured any single shots. I think I've seen them. I think they've been on my channel, though. Anyway, then I decided I wanted a 20 gauge. So I went and bought me a 20 gauge. And these are pretty affordable, easy to pick up. Then I decided I was going to get my son one, so I got him a 20 gauge. And I think mine was a modified and his was a full choke, and I decided we'd be better off to switch. Then I wound up getting him this Stevens right here for Christmas. So I gave him that instead of the 20 gauge. So long story short, I now have two 20 gauges and a 12 gauge. Now comes the good part. I hope y'all stayed with me. I was out this weekend browsing around the flea market, like I always do. And I stopped by the gun shop, and there's an old guy that works there. This is kind of interesting too. This old guy that works there, undoubtedly, this guy's well into his 60s, I'm sure. This guy probably didn't go, he may not have even finished high school. Very likely may not even finish grade school. But I don't know that, but that would just be my guess. But this guy was a salesman. And I eased up there, and he rattled off a couple of things there to me that they'd got in. I think one of them was an AR-15. Then he was going on about something else. And this guy, the whole time, he was judging me. He was watching my reaction. This guy had a gift. He could tell what people likes. Well, he come off the wall with this shotgun right here. And as soon as I seen it, and he saw me see it, he knew that this was my weakness. He immediately got it, gave it to me, wanted me to check it out. So I'm looking at it, and you still see the New England single-shot shotguns. They're not real common, but you still see them. Any gun show you go to, or if you go in a flea market, if they've got many guns, there'll usually be one laying around. Maybe, there's not a lot of them, but you'll see one or two most of the time. And I like the color of the wood on this one as soon as I saw it. I like this darker looking wood. The light here I've got probably doesn't do it very good justice. But I immediately could tell it was in really good shape. So I got it. I was looking at it. And I didn't really read on it. He said it was a 12 gauge single shot. About the only mystery left would be, is it a full choke or what kind of barrel it had. But then I just happened to notice on the butt plate, it said Marlin. I've never seen a Marlin single shot shotgun in my life. Never seen one. And I noticed that, and I thought, well, somebody has had an old Marlin shotgun that they broke or tore up or something. I guess they stuck that butt plate on this gun. So I immediately went to the markings on the gun then. And much to my surprise, this shotgun, the Marlin Firearms Company, North Haven, Connecticut, USA, model 200, 12 gauge, 3-inch modified. So I was just like, and I asked the old guy about it. I said, I'm not sure I understand what I've got here, what I'm looking at. I said, this is a Marlin. I thought it was a New England. This old guy told me that Marlin actually bought out the old Harrison Richards and made these for 1 year. Now, that's what this old guy said. And, well, I didn't have nothing to go by. I liked the shotgun. I bought it. Came home and cleaned it. Piddled around with some, but I haven't shot it, and I probably won't. But I won't say I definitely won't. It wouldn't hurt to shoot it. These are, for me, collectors. Something I just collect. But at the same time, I do really, really like them. And they're just so easy to pack in the woods. And, these New Englands and this Marlin, the only Marlin I've ever seen is this one here. The Harrison Richards, all of these, when you break your gun down, it pops the shell out for you. The newer ones, like the Hatfield that Walmart sells and things of that nature, a lot of them won't do that. They don't have that, where you have to reach in there and pull that shell out, which ain't a big deal. But this is much better, in my opinion. This is all my opinion, by the way. My opinion is it's much better to have this automatically throw that shell out for you. When I was a young guy, when I was a kid, this barrel's in perfect shape. It's just a really solid shotgun. Just tight. Some guy has bought this, stuck it in a cabinet somewhere, never shot it, or never shot it much if they did. Didn't mess around with it. It's just too tight and too good of a shape. It's got one little mark on it right here. Actually, I think it's on the other side. No, it's right there. It's got one little mark on it right there, and that's where this gun shop has got it in and out of their safe, no doubt. But it's not that big of a deal. Barrel is smooth as silk on the inside. Nothing, no pitting. It's just, which I've not. These New Englands and these Harrison Richards and this Marlin, I guess, the only one I've ever seen. But they don't pit out on the inside of the barrel. They're good metal. And going back to the old Winchester Model 37A, as I got older and started looking around trying to find one of them to buy back, I can't find one today that's, if you do find one, it's between $300 and $600, which that's way too much when you can pick these up for $200, or the Stevens Model 301 brand new for $220 with the optics on it, optics ready, sling mounts on it already. But all the Model 37As I see, the barrels are pitted out horrible on the inside. And after some research, I have found out they was made out of very poor quality metal. And from what I can read, the Model 37s had good metal. I don't really remember I think they switched where they made the 37A. Anyway, I'm not going to ever get another 37A, it doesn't look like. Even though that would sort of be something sentimental to me somewhat, but it's just not worth that much. But maybe some of you guys have seen these. I don't know. I would love to know any information. I got on the internet, couldn't find anything. Just could not find anything at all. I don't know if you ever read that or not. Probably not. This phone is not the best. But another thing I found interesting, I got reading on all three of the New Englands I own, and they say, I figured these was made in the very same warehouse. I read that Marlin bought out Harrison Richards in 2000, and then it says that Remington bought out Marlin in 2007. So I haven't had any luck at all, and I've not had hardly any time to research this, and I will. But I'm just not understanding what year this gun was made. I tried to check the serial number. I can't find anything with just doing some quick searches on my phone. If I once I get time to get to my computer, I can probably do a little better. But just not finding anything at all about this. So I'm really thinking this is a very rare shotgun, which is kind of cool. It's not really a super big deal to me. It's not something that a lot of people. It's not something that would be highly sought after. I don't think. Um, people talk about things being worth this and worth that. It depends on. There's so many factors goes into that. I mean, I would give more for something like this probably than most people. A lot of people just ain't into single shot shotguns. Um, and then there's people that loves other things. It's just like I was talking about the guy selling the guns at that flea market. That guy had somewhat of a gift. He could read people when he saw their face and their reaction. He could tell what they was weak for. He could see what he could work them and get their money. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's fantastic. You could go to college for years. This is my opinion. You could go to college for years and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's what it costs to go to college for years. That's no exaggeration. Hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they can't teach you that gift. They may come up with some things to help you, but the guy that's born with that natural talent will outsell them every day of the week. Nothing is. Some things just can't be taught. And I think that's interesting. I really just think it's really cool and interesting. But yeah, this makes my fourth single shot shotgun I bought, and probably my last. I just can't. There's just not room to keep stuff. This is my son's gun rack right here. Um, it's hard to collect things. It really is. These are no doubt a good investment. They're not going to be worth any less. They're going to go up in value. I'm really excited about this Marlin. It may go up and be worth quite a bit to the right person. Again, that goes back to what people like. Um, and I have many times over the last several years said I was going to quit buying guns, and I just keep stumbling across deals and things I can't live without. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. Uh, I've got a lot of stuff, and I don't like to have stuff that I can't use. Um, I'm not really a collector type of guy, but these have been, I know people that collects high-end shotguns, and I'm getting just as much enjoyment out of these cheaper shotguns, collecting them and trying to find nice ones and things as those guys are. But they're paying $1,500 to $4,000 for shotguns. So it just depends on how you look at it, and anything that you like and want. You don't. If you're happy, you're happy. If you're satisfied, you're satisfied. You don't have to justify nothing to nobody, and I don't either. But we do have to justify things to ourselves, and logically, it's not intelligent for me to keep buying guns. So I'm trying to do a better job at that. But anyway, I just want to bring this to the channel, guys. I hope you guys like my little intro there, my little background on. Like I said, I believe being raised with a single shot shotgun led to my almost passion for these now. I just really love them. I just love getting them and looking at them. Even cheap ones. And I saw an old ugly Rock Island Armory single shot shotgun. Um, I was just a little bit excited when I saw it. I checked it out really close. I didn't buy it. It wasn't something that would have appealed to me that much. I like these old wood finish ones. But I've considered getting me a 12 gauge in the Stevens 301. They have screw-in chokes. I mean, they're just really nice shotguns. I'm considering getting one because you can really be an effective hunter with those. And if you didn't grow up with an old single shot shotgun, or if you haven't got to get out and shoot anything like that, you really missed out on something. I mean, most people are more excited about something that's semi-automatic with 30 rounds, or maybe something that you can flip over to fully auto if you get a automatic license or whatever you have to get a fully automatic weapon or rifle or whatever you want to call it. A lot of people are into things like that and just cracking them rounds off as fast as you can pull that trigger or whatever. And that's all right. That is fun here and there. It gets expensive real quick. But there's something that's unable to put into words about just the enjoyment of working an old single shot shotgun, or even a rifle, even a rifle. You know, they make some of the some of the older guns. I think they're called snake charmers. You know, they come with a 410 barrel and a 22 barrel that interchanges, single shot, and then they make guns. I saw a gun the other day that was a double barrel. It had a 22 barrel and I think it was a 410. Just a lot of interesting stuff like that. But guys, that's all I've got. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. And like I said, if anybody's got anything on this old shotgun, I'd sure love to know some information about when they made them, how rare it actually is. They may be millions of them. I may be totally wrong. Regardless, I'm in good shape on it. This is the prettiest wood ever. I love this wood finish on this. But anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. Hope you like, share, and subscribe. Everybody stay safe out there. If you get a chance to call your senators, call them. Leave a very polite, very blunt, crystal clear message that you want to continue to have the right to bear arms. Very important issue. Got to be very civilized in how you do these things. Call your senators. I live here in Kentucky, like I said. I have voted for Mitch McConnell 4 straight times in the general election because we really had no choice. You know, my choices was Mitch McConnell or Amy McGrath. No brainer. Before that, it was Mitch McConnell or Allison Grimes. No brainer. Before that, I think it was Jack Conway. The Democrats are just pathetic in every. There's this from top to bottom. The Democratic Party is pathetic in every issue. On every issue, they are simply anti-American. But now the people that have bought and owned them, they're starting to buy the Republicans too. That's where we the people are suffering at. You know, the government is of the people, by the people, for the people. That's never mentioned no more, and that is certainly not the case what's going on right now. The Biden administration is the most anti-American administration of all time, rivaled only by the Obama administration. And it's just really disgusting and disturbing when we think about the direction our country's going. But there's very little we can do. They stole the last election. We're just in a tough spot. But we can't call these senators and voice our opinions. And in my opinion, we're going to have to vote out all incumbents. They got to go, every one of them. We still have the power to vote them out on the grand scheme of things. Now, on a single election like the 2020 presidential election, they can screw us over there. But that's going to be more difficult the next time because so many people are just totally aware and realize what they've done. So we still got a chance, guys. We've got the Supreme Court is somewhat on our side. I do think the Chief Justice Roberts, I do think Obama owns him. I think he's in Obama's pocket. But we still, I think, got a majority on the Supreme Court. So we've got a chance. People's going to have to get involved, though. It doesn't take that long to pick up your phone and call your senator. All you can do is leave a message. Now, you can email them. I email them every week. And it's amazing how arrogant Mitch McConnell's office is when they reply to you. They'll reply to you every time. Mitch McConnell, I have emailed Mitch McConnell 6 times this year. All 6 times they have replied. It takes about 6 weeks. It takes about 6 weeks for them to reply. I got a reply just the other day, and I think it was the 5th one I've got this year. And I have another email out there they haven't replied to. But the arrogance they express, you know, they work for us, but they have forgotten that. And that's our fault. We the people are to blame, ultimately. If we can dig out of this, we'll be very lucky. And then if we do dig out, we'll probably end up slipping right back into this mess again. It's just the nature of people. We take the easy road. Until we experience long-term pain and suffering, people are not going to get involved. And you know, I've reached a point I just do what I can, but you can't worry about this stuff. Enjoy the things you like. Our gun rights, that's really something you better be enjoying. I don't know what's going to happen. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt they want to totally shut us down. But anyway, everybody have a great evening. And we're going to be back before long. Just got so many videos on my mind, so many things to do, lots of material. Still lobbying to get my daughter to help. She wants to, but she hasn't taken that plunge. You can't make anybody be ambitious. I've thrown her the line out there, the hook. She has to jump on her herself, and then we'll work with it. But anyway, you guys have a good evening. Got the weekend coming up. Everybody have a safe weekend. Don't get in no trouble. Guys, get out to the range. Put some rounds down range. Enjoy yourself. Be safe. Catch you on the next video.